guys. Happy Thursday, right? Yes. I know I'm a little early, but I was just hanging out, so I thought I'd jump on here, see if anybody else jumps on with me. And using my Mother's Day oils. I love mixing them all together to see what's my favorite. And so far, I think I love Blue Lotus and Magnolia together. Although Blue Lotus and Rose is really good too. I don't know. I just love them all. I think my favorite's Blue Lotus for sure though. Have you guys gotten these yet? They're still available. Amazing gift for yourself right now. And I did that class about the emotions behind all of these oils. So they are both gonna help you emotionally and physically. Yeah. And tonight we are gonna talk about, this is part of our continuing education every Thursday, if you're not aware of that. We've had, how many, I think? 1, 2, oops, wrong month. What are we in? We're still in April, right? It's like taking forever. 1, 2, 3 classes so far. So this is the 4th one, and then it will go all the way until the end of May. So every Thursday at 7, we're gonna jump on and teach you guys a good class. So tonight I had emotions and oils, surprise, right? But since I just taught one last week with Kesha, her continuing ed, I decided I was gonna change it up a little bit tonight, and I'm kind of glad I did because there's some BOGO oils that I'm gonna cover tonight. I wanted to talk about self-care because I think that goes along with our emotional health, right? Is making sure that we're taking care of ourselves. And so I have some ideas for you. I have a lot of fun protocols that you can kind of make some blends or just apply as needed. So if you don't have a pen and paper and you want to take notes on those, I definitely would suggest that. I will try to go slow so we all can keep that going. Write that down, right? Yeah. I have no idea what time it is. 7? Okay. The other thing I just had to point out really quickly. So I have my Mother's Day oils and I have them in my little bag, and I was going through this bag and I realized that I have remember the shea butter we got for Christmas in this bag? And then I have my lip gloss from the Christmas before. So this is like my bag of don't touch, this is mine. Just kidding. All right, I think I'll get started. Yes. So self-care. What do you guys think about self-care? A lot of people think that it is selfish to take care of yourself, or it's hard to put yourself before others, before your family, especially if you're a very giving person. Right now when we're home with our families and our kids are home or our spouses are home, you might not be finding that extra time for self-care that you had found in the past when life was what it was, right? So how can we work on making sure that we're taking care of our emotional health through self-care? And self-care looks different for everybody. Some people are like, I love a warm bubble bath. And other people are like, I want to go hike in the woods and just be with Mother Nature. Like, everybody has their own style of self-care. There's no right or wrong. One thing I love is that our essential oils are easy self-care. And you've probably heard me say this a million times because I love it. But self-care in a bottle, right? Let me find an oil that I need right now. How about some Balance? I just love that if we don't have time, especially right now when we're trying to juggle the shift in life, that you can just take the lid off and breathe in that oil. And that's some self-care, right? Just and sit there and I never have done this before. I learned this recently. I would just smell the bottle. I put it in my hand and smell it. The class I took a while ago, the teacher, she's like, sit there, and she timed us and had us just breathe in this oil for 3 minutes. And it was amazing. The experience was just so much different than when we just okay, I'm good, and walk away. So I encourage you, if you get a chance, to just pick your favorite oil, rub it in your hands, and just sit there and time yourself. Maybe put a timer on and just breathe that oil into your body for about 3 minutes and see if you notice any shift in your mood. You might feel some physical effects if you've got some emotions moving around. So that was a really cool trick that I learned, and I love using it now. Hi, Kim. Hi, Kayla. So what do you guys do for self-care? Do you want to share? Are you doing self-care right now? Are you having a hard time finding where to squeeze that into your life? Is it a priority on your list? You did breathing with your kids this morning. Oh, yay, that's awesome. Yes, teaching our kids about self-care, really important right now too, or every day, right? So loving yourself is important for overall wellness, overall health, feeling good physically and mentally, okay? And we were created to function as a whole. So if you think when you're lined up, when your mind feels good, your heart feels good, and your gut feels good, is usually when we feel the best, when we're happy and we're creative and we're living in our flow, right? It's when our mind starts to get rambled up, or our heart is hurting, or our gut doesn't feel good. That's when we start to fall into that sadness and our emotions seem to take over. So keeping all three of these in flow with each other is really important for keeping that emotional balance going. So if we focus on the mind, let's start up with the mind. The mind is the director, okay? And then we have, of course, our subconscious back here, which is everything that we were taught until the age about 6 or 7. All of the beliefs that we were told as children are back here silently telling us and leading us throughout the day. So our subconscious pretty much dictates about 90% of what we think and say to ourselves. So if your subconscious, and when you were little and you absorbed some negativity or maybe some cruelty, even bullying, even not even that, even just if a teacher or a coach was like, you need to try harder next time, and you took it as I'm a failure, and now that's living back here in your subconscious. Anytime you try to do something in life and move forward, your subconscious is telling your conscious, you're a failure, you're not gonna be able to do this. So we really need to make sure that we're working on that subconscious and putting good thoughts into our brain, right? And then we need to make sure that we are just speaking good about ourselves, and we're surrounding ourselves with positive people, and we're putting good things in our body to help our mind function 100%, okay? So you will hear when people will say, my mind is racing, I can't sleep, I struggle with negative thoughts and ideas about myself or others, I feel uninspired. So anything that we experience is going to be living in that subconscious in our brain. And that leads to tension, overwhelm, and negative thoughts. So how do we love our mind? I'm just going off my notes because you guys know me, I'll ramble. So, let's start. What do I believe about myself, and how can I change my thinking if it's negative? Is it something that is stemmed from your childhood, right? And your emotions can help dig up that kind of stuff if you want to work that out. Or is it just what you're saying to yourself on a daily basis? Like right now, I'm overwhelmed. I'm a horrible mother. My kids were on their TVs or they're on their phones all day, right? Or I don't have dinner made, or, this constant beating ourselves up all day. How can I switch that and be like, I'm doing the best I can in the circumstances? My kids are fed and taken care of, right? They're healthy. So, how can we switch that thinking? Okay. And then, like I said, smell your oils. Remember, our smell is the fastest way to the emotional center of our brain. So if our brain is off emotionally, we need to be grabbing for oils and just breathing them in. And try that 3-minute where you just cover your face with the oil and just let it absorb into your olfactory, up into the center of your brain, and it's gonna just help relax your whole body, okay? We also want to practice mindfulness. We know the new adaptive app came out to help us with that. If we need help with breathing, or if you need guided meditation, I know some people do prayer, whatever the language is that you use to just really speak of sitting still and being one with your mind, right? And just focusing on what you are feeling inside is super important. And everybody has different names, different terms for it, different beliefs around it. I think the most important thing that we can take from it is that it's just sitting still with ourselves and tapping in, okay? So you can get that app, the new adaptive app, to help with that. There's tapping apps, if you've ever heard of that. It's like tapping on acupressure points to get stagnant energy flowing. You just kind of tap and you tell yourself positive things. And then Calm the Mind is another really great app with guided meditation. And then, of course, if you're gonna do that, whether it's meditation or prayer or just sitting and breathing like Kayla did this morning, grab your Vetiver. So Vetiver is a neurological activator, and it's gonna help center the mind And then we're gonna add ginger, because ginger is actually very calming, even though it's a spice oil. And it's gonna take you from feeling like a victim mentality, a negative mentality, and it's gonna give you a sense of empowerment. So ginger is the oil of empowerment, okay? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take ginger and you're gonna take that vetiver and you're gonna massage a drop of each on your big toe before you start your relaxation, your breathing, your meditation, whatnot, okay? So a really great way to use vetiver and ginger. I don't know if a lot of you use ginger, maybe for digestive stuff. So then next, after you do that, you're going to use a drop of grapefruit and 1 drop of Siberian fir over your heart. And this is gonna help remind you of what is real and what you perceive about yourself. So what is really true about myself is I'm 5'5", right? But what am I perceiving about myself? I'm too short, okay? So you're just kind of opening up that heart to what is true about yourself, okay? And then grapefruit helps you honor your body and your body image. I know with summer coming and we're putting on shorts and we're like, holy smokes, where did quarantine 15 come from? Yeah, so put some grapefruit all over your body to remember to love and honor your body, love and honor the situation that we're in right now, and even it helps with cellulite, so, and sugar cravings. And then we want to, the Siberian fir is just gonna help you give you that wisdom that you already carry inside of you that we sometimes bury down with the mess, right? So adding these two, grapefruit and Siberian fir together, this is gonna help you bust through some beliefs about yourself that you're carrying around in your subconscious. So we're gonna take that, we're gonna take those 2 drops, we're gonna put them over your heart, and then you can also put them like at the base of your brain stem, okay? So you're getting that into where that subconscious is, okay? So that was vetiver, ginger on your big toe, and then grapefruit, Siberian fir over the heart, and then you can put it like at the back of your neck. And after you do that, spend about 15 minutes a day journaling or writing or talking to the dog or something that is getting that energy of whatever those thoughts are out of your body, okay? We want that that energy and flow, that motion and flow, right? And while you're doing that, while you're journaling or talking to the dog, you're going to diffuse 2 drops of lime, 2 drops of lavender, and 2 drops of basil. Now, lime gives you mental clarity. We know that. It helps with just giving you that zest for life, that excitement for life again, right? But lavender is also the opposite. So it's a little bit more calming, but it's gonna relieve any head tension that you have, and the 2 together smell amazing. And then basil is really good because it's the oil of renewal. So it's gonna help give you a rejuvenation with your thoughts. While you're emptying those old beliefs, those old thoughts out of your head onto your journal, you're gonna be breathing in this essential oil through the diffuser to help rejuvenate your thoughts into positive ones, okay? So that was 2 drops of lime, lavender, and basil in a diffuser, okay? While you're journaling. And then of course, we wanna take a probiotic like PB Assist every morning. I take 1 of those and a Terrazyme before I have anything else in the morning on an empty stomach if you can, because that's gonna help our neurotransmitter production. So that's gonna help our brain fire properly, that brain fog, that our behavior, our mood swings, just that clarity that we need. The PB Assist probiotic is gonna help with our brain health as well as our gut health, okay? Because the 2 are connected, right? But we're gonna talk about that in a minute. So that's the mind. Let's move on to what we call the second brain, which would be our heart. So how do we love our heart? This protocol is really gonna help us get grounded and centered. It's gonna help open up our heart to the possibilities and redefine our perception about ourselves, which maybe we need when we're doing some self-care, right? The heart has more neural pathways to the brain than the brain to the heart. So the heart does really affect your thoughts and your thought process, right? If you think about when you are in a situation where you're feeling anxious or nervous or sad, or you feel a lot of that in your body, right? You feel your body and then your brain is like, oh, I must be feeling this. So your body is really telling you how you feel before your brain is, okay? Especially your heart. So a lot of people will say when they're nervous, my heart is pounding, my heart is racing, because they're feeling it here. Or if you are experiencing grief, my heart is broken, my heart hurts, okay? we carry our worthiness in our heart. So we want to make sure that we're spending a lot of time nurturing our heart and how it's going to go into the brain, okay? So, of course, my favorite, you're going to start with balance. You're going to do 2 drops on the bottom of your feet. This blend, as a lot of you know, helps take you from scattered to focused to calm to grounded. I am stable, I am safe, right? It's going to help take any scattered emotions that are all over the place and center them into one space so you can do the other protocols to help rid them out of your mind, okay? Then we're going to diffuse Align. If you guys aren't familiar with that one, it's part of our yoga trio. It's an amazing centering. I love putting it on my spine. If you do yoga, if you just any kind of deep-seated meditations or breathing or just relaxing, you just watch the sun come up. I watched the sun come up this morning. It was beautiful. Put Align centering, it's a centering blend to help your energy focused on embracing yourself. Okay, let me get a glass of water. It's so hot in here. Huh, baby? I'm not complaining. I'm so happy for the warm weather, but it is warm in here. Okay, so that was Align. You can put it on the spine or the base of your tailbone to help you just get that energy focused, okay? And then, who got beautiful in the BOGOs? We're gonna apply beautiful over your heart twice a day. And then you're gonna place your hand over your heart and you're gonna speak out loud a few things that you appreciate about yourself. I know, ladies, that can be kind of hard sometimes, right? Even if it's like, I love my toes. I love my calves. I have amazing arms, or I'm an amazing cook, okay? So put that beautiful blend that you got in your BOGO over your heart and just say something really nice to yourself at least twice a day. If you're feeling extra brave, you can look in the mirror and make eye contact and say those positive things to yourself. Might not sound hard, but it is really hard when we're having a hard time loving ourselves to look in the mirror and say that to yourself, okay? So next, let me back up just so we're on track. Balance on the feet, Align on the spine, and this is if you want to do heart work, okay? And then beautiful over your heart twice a day. Then we're going to move on and use Forgive and Console. I love these two. It's part of the emotional line that doTERRA has brought out. You're going to roll or drop into your hand, whatever kind you have, and you're going to inhale through your hands when you need to surrender old limiting beliefs. So that might be good when you're looking in the mirror, if you are brave enough to do that. Some days are harder than others, right? You're going to surrender old patterns and forgive yourself for whatever you need to forgive yourself for. We all need to forgive ourselves for something because we're beating ourselves up constantly about what we did or did not do, right? So the Console can help with grief. If you know anybody that's grieving or you're grieving yourself, like we're all grieving. The world's grieving right now, right? Because our whole world has shifted. Our lives have changed. Our day-to-day is different. We're missing the old way. We're missing the old way. So be easy with yourself and know that it's okay if you are feeling sad about the situation, and reach for your Console and put it on, okay? So forgive, console, hands, breathe in. Then we're gonna do, you ready for this one? This is a lot, so I'm gonna go a little slower. Yes, me too, Connie. Forgive and console. Everybody needs those, especially, well, not even now for yourself, but if you do know somebody that's grieving over the lost loved one, forgive is amazing to mix with that console, because console, we want to comfort them, absolutely. But there's a lot of resentment. We get angry when we lose a loved one, right? I was very angry when I lost my mom. So that forgiving the situation, forgiving God, forgiving her, forgiving me, like those two together are very powerful. Okay, so next we are going to use wintergreen, thyme, and lemongrass, okay? So you're gonna take each of these oils and 1 drop each. You're gonna drop over your feet, and then you're gonna rub it in. And then you're gonna write out any negative emotions that come up. And this is a really good way to release any negative emotions that you feel are harbored in your heart. We want to get that out, right? Because when we hold on to stuff, we create stagnant energy, and stagnant energy creates dis-ease, okay? So we wanna write out any negative emotions that we might be feeling, especially about what's going on right now. Like, get mad. It's okay to be mad at what's happening right now, right? Our lives are altered. So wintergreen, it's going to help us surrender to that emotion. So this is something you might want to do in the privacy of your bedroom. Tell your husband you're going to go take a hot bath, lock yourself in the closet, go sit in the car, like just go be alone for this, okay? Because you might have some feelings come up. The thyme is going to help us release and forgive whatever we need to release and forgive the situation, right? And then lemongrass is going to help cleanse with those emotions. So that wintergreen and thyme, they're going to bring up some stuff for us. And then that lemongrass is going to be like, it's like the cleanser, the cleaner. It's going to make sure that it's helping you shed those emotions because we don't want to keep them in. The whole point is to get rid of them, okay? So if you do journal, I always love to just write out my negative feelings. I put this blend on, I get mad, I scribble, you can't even read it doesn't make sense, there's no punctuation, I don't really care, I'm just dumping, brain dumping basically, and then I'm gonna burn that paper in like the fireplace or somewhere safe, right? Because it's just like, I don't know, it's like icing on the cake of like, I'm mad, I'm burning it, it's gone, right? So there's no holding on to it, it's just gone. You might feel some anger or sadness. You might cry. It's okay. Cry. Crying is so cleansing, and we hold it in because we want to be tough. But crying is just like cleansing for the body. You're releasing that stagnant, mad, angry energy. Okay. So if you're crying, don't stop yourself. Let the tears and the snot roll. Right. It's really healthy to cry once in a while. Sometimes you have to watch a sad movie just to get it started, and then it doesn't stop. But after we are done beating ourselves up, we're gonna apply rose oil. So if you got rose last week, over your heart as well, to begin replacing self-doubt with divine love for yourself, okay? So that rose is gonna go over the heart, even though earlier you did the beautiful, both together, beautiful. You're just loving on your heart. Both of those blends are amazing heart oils. Okay, so that's the heart. And at the end, I'll just keep going and then I'll tell you how to do all this, okay? No questions. Okay, so the third brain, which I think is becoming more and more common for people to connect the three, is our gut. It's a new idea that is coming around, but the studies that are coming out around how much our gut affects how we feel mentally are like off the charts. They're really realizing that that our gut is really important to our mental wellness. We know 90% of the serotonin that you feel, the feel-good chemical, right, is created in the gut. So if we have an unbalanced gut due to stress, anxiety, processed foods, too much alcohol, too much sugar, quarantine, you're gonna feel it emotionally, okay? I definitely noticed I've been a pretty clean eater for the past year, but when quarantine hit, I was like, bring me all the snacks I want. My husband like made me some cookies and chocolate bar every night and a lot of wine and alcohol because I was just dealing, and it wasn't like me, but I was so stressed out with the situation that was going on. And so I made a choice last Monday, I guess this last Monday, that I was like, I want to clean up my diet and just see if I notice a difference in how I'm feeling. Because since this all started, I have had this rock hard knot in my gut that I could not get rid of. I used every oil, I journaled, I cried, I did everything under the sun to try to get rid of this feeling in my gut. And I couldn't get it to go away. So I'm like, I just want to try. I'm just going to clean up my diet for 4 days. I'm not going to drink, no sugar, just clean up. I did it. And yesterday I felt the best I have felt since the beginning of quarantine started. So, and I know that I've been down this road before. And if you have ever cleaned up your diet to the point where, you know, you're eating clean for your body, and it's different for everybody. I'm not talking you have to live on salads. You can eat different things, right? You just have to figure out and listen to your body. But once you clean up and you feel great, you realize when you don't eat great for your body that it does totally affect your mood. My anxiety was 10 times worse. My depression was coming in. The darkness was coming over. And that's when I was like, I'm not doing this again. Okay. So that's when I made the choice to cut some stuff out. Still working on it. It's a hit and miss every day, but so let's talk about the gut again. So like I said, if you are, processed foods, alcohol, sugar, all of that stuff, you're going to start feeling emotionally, and you'll hear people talk about the gut emotionally. We have butterflies in our gut. We have knots in our gut. My stomach just flipped. I'm sick to my stomach, right? When we're feeling some kind of emotion come up, we feel it in the gut. We express that, so we know. So some of the things I love to do to love your gut is use DigestZen soft gel oil, okay? Because, or the, sorry, I put the two together. Use DigestZen soft gels or the oil. I would just apply to your stomach in a clockwise position. This is gonna help you digest not only your food, help with your stomach health, but it is gonna help you digest life, right? Sometimes we can't digest what's happening, and that causes a lot of irritation in our gut, okay? We hold that emotion in our gut. And when we have unhappy gut, we're not absorbing nutrients. So even when we do eat good, our body's like, what do you want me to do with this, okay? So super important that we take care of our gut. I take a Terrazyme every single day just to help me absorb those nutrients, absorb the good food that I'm eating, keep my gut balanced, keep yourself regular so you're constantly getting rid of waste, because that also is energy. We want to get rid of that. And then I love using Cheer. I don't know if I have it in here. I grabbed my oil bag thinking I had most of these in here. Cheer is one of the aromatherapy blends, but it is also a hack for digestive health. And I learned this a long time ago, and I started using it when I was really focusing on my gut health. It's not in here. But I just started rolling Cheer on my stomach every single day, well, multiple times a day, to help with the emotion, because that is an emotional oil, but it was also helping me with my digestive tract, okay? So that will help you with the emotions of digesting life too. And then, of course, emotionally, guess where we carry worry? In our gut. So too much worry can weaken our stomach. It can cause ulcers. It can cause, what's that? Gosh dang it. What's the word I'm looking for here? There's, okay, I'll have to come back to that because I can't remember the word I'm looking for. There's a stomach issue. What the heck is it called, babe? Do you know what I'm talking about? The gut issue? I'm gonna look it up. So anyways, any gut issues that you have could be caused from holding stress in your gut, okay?
Ulcer?
No, well, ulcer, I said that too, but I wanna say, oh my gosh. Okay, anyways. So what do we do about that? How do we take worry out of the stomach? So tangerine and wild orange are amazing. You can put them, yeah, leaky gut could be one too, but I'm like, sorry, I'm totally drawing a blank right now. And it's like three letters that stand for something that has to do with the gut. Yeah, leaky gut is a good one too. SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, that is something that can be caused by holding anxiety and worry in your gut. No, not INS. Gosh. I'm gonna look and see if it's in this book, because now it's bothering me. IBS. Thank you, Gloria. That one. Yes. Okay. So if you have IBS, it could be from worry or stress that you're holding in the gut. Okay. So we're gonna use tangerine and wild orange. So you can either diffuse 4 drops of tangerine and 4 drops of wild orange throughout the day to help with your gut, or you can put a couple drops in your water and drink it throughout the day to help with the IBS, to help with the, sorry, I just read it, to help with your gut health, okay? So tangerine helps lift your spirits. It takes you from worry to harmony. And wild orange is the oil of abundance, the oil of joy, the oil that I have enough, I am okay, I don't need to worry, everything is gonna be okay, right? So that releases that worry in our gut, okay? And then of course, we wanna make sure that we're eating well, we're not eating processed foods, we're not, eating out as often, which right now is kind of fun to go get your food and take it home when you can get it to go eat. But just be mindful of what you're putting in your mouth and how it affects your mind. And maybe if you are really into the gut health part of it, like keep a food journal and just be like, this is what I ate today and this is what my thoughts were today, and see if you notice a difference. I definitely notice a shift in my mindset and my emotions when I don't eat good for my body, okay? So, okay, so we talked about the brain, and I gave you protocols for that. We talked about the heart. I gave you protocols for that. I talked about the gut. So if you're feeling a little overwhelmed, right, please don't. Because I want you, if you want to work on any of these, to just pick one right now and then move to the next one. So for like, say the next 21 days or the next month of May, just be like, I just really want to work on my mental health right now. And so use the protocols that I used or I told you about. Make sure you're taking your Lifelong Vitality, your supplements, you're drinking good water, and you're feeding good stuff into your brain, right? Or maybe you want to work more on your heart. Maybe you want to work more on your gut. So pick one and focus on that for like 21 days and just see, okay? This is really about self-care, for taking care and committing to the process of taking care of yourself. Yes, Citrus Bliss is amazing emotional oil. If you guys got that one, I got my roller, but I haven't got it yet. We should start a healthy eating class. Oh yeah, I know. I keep trying to talk Matt into doing some Friday cooking classes for you, but yeah, that's a really good idea. I think it would be helpful for a lot of people to share different recipes, but like I said, what works for me, it's just like the oils with food might not work for other people. But I think your basics with your salads, your fruits, making sure you're not eating high sugar fruits, cutting out as much gluten as you can. Some people can do rice, some people can't, right? So you just kind of have to listen to your body. If you're doing gut, I would keep a food journal and see how that affects you. I know, right? Okay, so let me just make sure I'm not missing anything in my notes here. Okay, so some ideas for self-care, which you guys probably already know. When you're feeling overwhelmed, when you're feeling bogged down, breathe in that essential oil, take yourself for a walk, drink lots of water, because remember, our body needs to stay hydrated. And when we're sleeping for 7 to 10 hours, we're not drinking any water. So obviously we're waking up and we're dehydrated. So we need to make sure that we're consuming enough water. When we were children, remember, like, have you ever said to yourself, I wish I had the energy my children have, right? Well, children have a lot more water content in their body, and we lose it as we age. So as we get older, it goes down, and that's why our energy level can go down. So just you have to make sure that you're drinking enough water to replace what you're losing, depending on how old you are. I love listening to good books or reading good books. I know we're all binging on Netflix right now, so if you're watching a murder mystery, maybe one night, and then the next night maybe watch something uplifting, right? So we're having just a, I don't want to say balance, because I don't think there's any balance. There's no such thing as balance, but you're just having a happy of both sides, right? You're feeding good. If you're watching scary movies, you're also watching good movies. Does that make sense? Same with books, same with music. If you can right now, maybe, yeah, or have a cheat day. Yeah, exactly. Have a cheat day. Like, this isn't torture. You want it to be a lifestyle that you're going to stick with. You don't want to feel like you can't have something, because that makes it worse, and then you binge eat it or you binge drink it, right? Like, I can't have wine. Well, then give me the whole bottle, dang it, Like, so yes, do not punish yourself. Do not get mad at yourself, because you don't need that added guilt of beating yourself up for drinking that wine or eating that cookie while you're still trying to do emotional work. It just totally reverses the process. So just be mindful of it, right? And like good and bad. If we're gonna have a glass of wine, we're gonna have equal amounts, maybe you should have, if you're having a glass of wine, you should probably have 2 to 3 glasses of water following each wine to just flush it out of your body, okay? Same with sugar, chocolate, whatever. Okay, so protect yourself from negativity. That's a really hard one right now, because we want to be on social media, we want to be connected, but there's so much negativity out there. A really cool trick, you can mute people and they don't even know it. So if there's somebody in your newsfeed that you love, you don't want to unfriend them, you can mute them for 30 days and then they come back in 30 days and you can decide if you want to keep them on or not, right? Really cool feature. Try to just like check in with the news, but don't get glued to it, because it's just taking us all down. Our vibration is just getting lowered every single day because we're just constantly plugged into the news, right? We want to stay informed. We need to know what's going on, but it doesn't need to fill our brain all day. Stop comparing your life to others. Everybody's fighting their own battles. Everybody has their own stories. Everybody has their own situations. Some people are cuddled in the couch with Netflix and a blanket, and some people are out painting the house, right? I think I talked about this in Kesha's class last week. So stop comparing. Okay, honor your emotions when they come up. Don't push them down. We want to like just bring it up, have a good cry session, cry in the shower, beat the crap out of your pillow, go for a walk, go snuggle your dog. Yeah, I know, banning the news. Me too. I have to check in once a day, but I know it's so contradicting what's going on. Sorry, sidetrack. Okay, so most of all, most important though, is love yourself, right? So I have a blend for that. So it's called I Love Myself Blend, and it goes like this. It has 12 drops of grapefruit. Remember, we talked about grapefruit was honor and love the body. 8 drops of eucalyptus, which eucalyptus is the oil of wellness, which don't we all want wellness right now? We want to feel good. We want to feel good in our mind, in our heart, and our gut, right? And then 5 drops of coriander, which is the oil of integrity. We want to make sure that we're all living in integrity by the way that we treat ourselves and each other, right? And our family and online and social media, right? And then 3 drops of 5 drops of coriander, and then 3 drops of ginger. And ginger is the oil of empowerment. So it's giving you the power to just take your power back, so you don't feel like a victim in all of this. Like this sucks, but I'm gonna take my power back and I'm gonna rock it, right? Or I'm gonna survive. I almost sang to you guys. Okay, and then 2 drops of cinnamon, which cinnamon is the oil, I have to look this one up because I can't quite remember off the top of my head, the oil of sexual harmony, which doesn't necessarily mean that, but it's more about just feeling attractive and feeling like you love your body, with kind of like with the grapefruit, that you feel healthy and you feel intimate with yourself or with others, with your spouse or whatever, right? And then 1 drop of lemon, which lemon is the oil of focus. We could all use some focus right now, but it's really just going to help you focus on I love myself. I'm focusing on myself right now. This moment, I'm focusing on me, okay? And then 1 drop of lavender, which is the oil of communication and calm. And by that, I mean you're communicating with yourself. Like, how am I feeling? You're talking to your body. How does my gut feel today? How does my heart feel today? How does my mind feel today? Am I feeling any pain anywhere? Could it be emotional, right? So communication and calm. And then 1 drop of spearmint. And spearmint is, I have to look this one up too. MNOPQRS is the oil of confident speech. So that is a really important one right now too, because we want to be able to speak up for ourselves. We want to voice our opinion, but in a loving way. We're not attacking, we're not bullying, we're not bashing. We're just speaking up for ourselves. It could also be taken as confident speech in yourself. If you're going to do that beautiful over your heart and speak good things to yourself, or you look in the mirror, you can apply it with this blend too, okay? So this is all in a 5 ml, so that's the smaller bottles. I don't know if I have one on me. I don't think so. You can double it and do it into a bigger 15. Top off with coconut oil, and you're gonna apply it over your heart 3 times a day. And you can add this to whatever protocol you're doing. So if you're doing the brain one or the mental mind one, you can do this one as with that. Heart, same thing. Gut, same thing. Okay. So I think I already said this. You also want to be taking your Lifelong Vitality to help balance and support all 3 of your brains. Your vitamins and minerals is going to help with your gut. Your Z-Omega is going to help with your brain, and then your Alpha CRS is going to help with your energy and cell life. It's just going to help you feel good all over. So I would just pick whatever protocol is speaking to you right now. I do have this typed up. I might need to edit it, but I could put it in the files if you guys want me to, or maybe take a screenshot or something if you want to look over this again, if I went too fast for notes. But I guess the best advice I could give you guys, and what I'm really doing right now, is just listening to my intuition, just standing over my oil box and just kind of letting my eyes and my heart and my mind kind of tell me what oils I need for that day. Some days I put on like 40 oils and some days I put on 2. And that's, your intuition knows what your body needs, right? We know the vibration of the oil, what we need to raise our vibration. Our body is super, super smart that way. So just reach for your oils, use them as your self-care. If you need to take your balance and go sit in the bathtub with the door closed and pretend you're going to the bathroom so you can breathe it in for 3 minutes, go do that, okay? Every oil that you pick, whether it's right, there's no right or wrong, it's gonna service your body, okay? So yes, I want you to pencil in self-care daily and take care of those emotions. What would you substitute for eucalyptus? You can use Breathe, you can use cardamom, yeah, I think those 2
Cedarwood.
for eucalyptus. Well, it's, yeah, but it's for flow. I think, yeah, cedarwood's more community. What book is this? I Am Fabulous, or the new one? This is actually my book that I wrote, but I did take some protocols out of the I Am Fabulous. Thank you. Or was it? All right, let me see if you guys have any questions. It will also be in the group to rewatch. Yes, I do have it written up. I will make sure that I'll make sure everything's spelled right. Awesome. You guys have any other questions? Or if you want, I was gonna offer this earlier. Oh, I just lost my comments right there. Okay. Where can I get your book? Oh, I haven't written it yet. But the I Am Fabulous you can get on Aroma Tools by Desiree Ming. I always butcher her name. Mengendog. This is her I Am Worthy. I couldn't find my I Am Fabulous book, but she does all the protocols and she breaks it down for you weekly. It's different than what I just went through, a little bit different, but this is really good too. Yeah. No, I don't have a book yet, Stephanie. It's on my bucket list to write one. I just gotta compile everything. I need an organizer. Does anybody know one? Okay, so originally today I had this thought that I was like, if anybody wants to volunteer and tell me like an ailment they're having, we can look it up and I can kind of go through like how I look up the ailment and how I match it with an oil. If anybody wants to be my guinea pig, I'm happy to do that. If not, I will let you guys back to your evening. And tomorrow's May 1st, so a whole new month and new specials and new diffuser and something exciting is coming out for Father's Day. Really excited about that. Get to it. Okay, I'll add it to my list of to do. Oh, you guys are sweet. All right, oops, I keep losing you. Sweet, okay, well, this will be up. Oh, neck tension. I knew one was coming. Oh, thank you, Gloria. I'm trying, I know, like my computer is full of like all my classes I've ever taught. I'm like, this would be awesome in one spot. Okay, neck tension, eye twitch, migraines. Yes, emotions are all over the place, worried and unknown. I know, me too, Peggy. Okay, so let's see. We're gonna start with neck. I think we talked about this one, didn't we, last time? It was like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. Well, that was more shoulders. Okay, so I'm using the book, Feelings Buried Alive Never Die. And then I also have this book, which this is so cool because this was my mom's. So it's really precious to me because it's funny that I'm using it in my life's work. Like, she's just always smiling down on me. Okay. Neck problems. Okay. So moving under pressure, want to let feelings out, but don't dare. So holding it in. Inflexible state of mind, not wanting to yield to opinions, not accepting anything and rejection. Sorry, I butchered that. Let me start over. Non-acceptance and rejection of others. Okay. So to me, moving under pressure, want to let feelings out but don't dare, and flexible state of mind. So when I read that, that kind of to me sounds like maybe stubborn, feeling stubborn, right? Or stuck. So then and usually when I'm like talking with somebody or working with somebody or working with myself, I know what one of those is going to resonate. So then I can reach for the oil book, but let's just say it's stubbornness. So then I come over here to this book and I look up stubborn in the back. And the two oils that it suggests are wintergreen and oregano. So the question is, what am I trying to control and what do I fear losing? And then your statement, so you would journal out and answer those questions after applying either wintergreen or oregano. And that's another intuition thing that I go with. I just kind of, whatever oil, it just like pops out to me. And don't second guess yourself if the oil jumps out at you or if you just read it and it's like, oh, that's it. That's the one you need to use, okay? So then you would journal and then you would write a new statement saying, I can now flow with life. All things now work together for my good. And then they also have a visualization of seeing the chains slide off your wrists and feet and imagine freedom. So if, say, it was wintergreen, was something maybe that you were feeling a pull to for the neck tension, for feeling stubborn, then you would apply the wintergreen on your neck, okay, in the area that it's hurting. And then you would do the process of either the journaling and then the new statement that you want to declare, okay? Does that make sense? So wintergreen. I keep going to wintergreen, so obviously I think that's the one that maybe you need. I totally didn't even say oregano, but oregano is the second choice. So then what am I trying to control, or what do I fear losing? And we're all trying to control our lives right now, right? So, okay, does that make sense? Sometimes I'll go over to Louise Hay's book, and she will also have the different body systems or parts in here that I can look up for neck. And then she'll give you like a statement you could actually write down and like hang up somewhere. Every time you apply wintergreen on your neck, you would read this statement to yourself. It's kind of like a declaration or affirmation or just a statement to like retrain your brain, your thoughts, right? Does that make sense? Okay, I hope that helped. Eye twitch. Ooh, that's a good one. Let's see what this one says. Eyes. Okay. Oh, wow. Eye itching. Eye watery. Okay, there's blinking uncontrollably, which that might be different than a twitch. So eye represents not seeing the truth, fearing the future, not wanting to see life as it is, not seeing eye to eye with another, not forgiving, or inability to see your own worth. So I don't know if any of those resonate. You don't have to tell us because I know this is like probably very personal stuff. But so let's see. Okay, so then if there's a lot of different options, I bring out the emotions book, and because this one also has the body in it, so then let's see what this one says for eyes and see if it goes with this other book, and then we can kind of narrow down and pinpoint what the emotion might be before we pick what oil we need to use. Where's the body? There you are. Okay, so eyes represent clear sight and acceptance of what you see. So if you're feeling pessimistic or purposeless, I'm not accepting what I'm seeing. And over here, it was not wanting to understand what you are seeing, not seeing the truth. So it sounds like they go pretty hand in hand about maybe pessimism, not seeing or accepting, or purposeless. I don't know. Do you want to tell me which one? Purposeless or pessimistic? Does either of that feel like the one? Can't remember who that was. I think it was Misha. Where'd you go? Yeah. Are you still on here, Misha? Okay. Well, I'm just going to go with pessimistic, okay? So say it was pessimistic because you're not wanting to see, you're not happy with what you're seeing, what's going on in the world, not wanting to see life as it is, and just kind of going off the world events. That might be what a lot of us are feeling. So then I'm going to look up pessimistic in the emotions. LMNO. If I knew my alphabet, that would be super helpful. There it is. Okay. Pessimistic is spikenard, wild orange, peppermint, tangerine, forgive, sunny citrus, or arise. So since that's a long list, right, that's a lot, I would just go to the first one that jumped out at you, like I said. So let's just say wild orange, okay? So then I would take my book and I would look up apprehensive. It's moving me to another page. Sorry guys, hold on. Sometimes they'll, two words mean the same thing, so they just put it in one spot. I should really bookmark this. This will be... Okay, so I twitch. We were feeling pessimistic. So we went to pessimistic and it told us to look up wild orange. Where did it go? MNOP, apprehensive. This other word it's telling me is apprehensive. That's why I'm a little lost here for a second. Okay, MNOP, apprehensive. Okay, so then it's going to tell me, what am I afraid of? What will it take for me to realize I have strength and support beyond myself? So now I am perfectly supported in every moment. I now move forward in confidence and strength. So if you're feeling pessimistic about the situation, you're going to take wild orange and put it around your eye, not in your eye. We never put oils in the eye, right? So just around the eye, maybe that's twitching, and then say to yourself that I am now perfectly supported in every way. I move with confidence and strength. I am strong, or whatever comes up for you. It doesn't have to be verbatim, okay? Does that make sense? See if that helps. If not, it might be another emotion. The eye had a lot of them. Let's see, we'll do, I think worried, migraines, worried and unknown. They might go together. Let's do worried and unknown because that one I think is a lot of people are feeling that one. We'll do that one real quick. For sure. Okay, so that's not, I guess, Peggy, where are you feeling that? Do you feel it in your gut? Your emotions all over the place, you said, so you're feeling really worried and unknown. Do you feel, oh, headaches. Thank you. Sorry, I just saw that. Okay, so we're feeling some worry and you think you're feeling it in your head. Okay, so then we are going to look up headache or head. It's probably head because it's body parts. Oh no, it has headache. Okay, so headaches, inability to resolve emotional upset, hurt feeling going unexpressed, feelings of inner pressure working on yourself, feeling unable to control, fear and anxiety, inability to face an issue, and manifesting the need to laugh, sing, or express gratitude, and then impatience with yourself. If you're having frontal headaches, so up front, it would be holding on to old limitations, not seeing the good in anything right now, or feeling you're better than other people. I'm assuming it is the tension and stress, and I'm just winging it here, but I'm like feeling of unable to control. You said worried and fear. Okay, so then I would kind of narrow it down, and then I would come over to my emotions book and I would look up, let's just look up worried. I think a lot of us are feeling worried right now. worried. The oils would be Calmer, Wild Orange, Tangerine, Sandalwood, Cilantro, Peace, Aroma Touch, Elevation, or Adaptive. So then you would pick whatever oil spoke out to you, and you would say, you would journal, do I doubt myself? Am I relying on my own strength? What will it take for me to trust? Do I have the support I need? And then you would reverse it and say, I'm now perfectly supported in every way, as you're applying whatever oil to the area where we're feeling the stress and tension in your head. Okay, does that make sense? Good? Hopefully. It's so hard talking to yourself. Maybe I'll go through, I want to answer everybody, but my family wants to watch a movie, is upset, but is up, yes. Oh, gut is upset. Headaches also. Okay. Yep, tension and stress. Okay. Does that resonate? Let me look up stress real quick too. Because I think they go hand in hand some days. Maybe. Stressed, Aroma Touch. You could put that. Serenity, Ylang Ylang, Adaptive, Past Tense, Basil, Holiday Joy, Amave, Vetiver. Am I carrying burdens that are not my own? What will it take to have realistic expectations? What will it take to live in the moment and leave the future to itself? Ooh, that's a good one. So then I would apply like Aroma Touch and say, I am now adopting the belief that all things will work together for my good. I think we all need to do that together. So yeah, there's two different oils you could reach for. Or sorry, not two, like multiple. But Aroma Touch kind of jumps out at me for that too. Awesome. Okay, gut upset. Yes, there was a couple other ones on here. What was the name of the book? Which one? I have Feelings Buried Alive Never Die. I have You Can Heal Your Life. Emotions and Essential Oils. I think you know that one. And then I Am Worthy was one that we were talking about too. Lots of them. Okay, sweet. Well, I've been on here for an hour and my daughter is giving me the eye. She wants to watch a movie. So I will go through and I'll answer those other ailments that you guys had. And then I will I'll figure out how to post these protocols in here. Okay. So thank you for jumping on tonight. Next week, we have Healthy Body and Spa with Connie. She's going to be talking about all of our amazing body care products and how they're natural and they reduce toxic load and they take care of your skin in a natural way with our oils. So make sure you tune in next week for that at 7. And then tomorrow is May. We have new goodies coming out. So something to look forward to in these times, right? Okay. Thank you guys. I appreciate you for hanging out with me for this long. I will talk to you guys later. Have a good night.